Hail and welcome back to Henchman Story. I'm Agent Mischief. Let's jump on in, shall we? I think it's that sliver of time immediately after an operation where I'm the most grateful for our private quarters, because all I want to do is sleep. Fortunately, Lord Bedlam gives us the rest of the day off, and I'm all too happy to take advantage. Within minutes of landing back at the base, I'm sleeping soundly in my bed. Well, as soundly as one can sleep after a day like that. I didn't break anything at least, which is more than a few of my coworkers can say, I'd wager. It's a little victories, you know? Anyway, aside from a short break to munch on a protein bar, I slept through the rest of the day and straight on till morning.
Ugh, god damn it. No, I don't want to get up.
I really don't. I don't know what Shining Nova put in that tranquilizer, but I feel like I've been hit by a freaking truck. A truck with like a robot strapped to it. But hey, that's part of the job. So against my body's wishes, I drag my carcass out of bed and head to the locker room to get ready for the day. The locker room feels almost empty. There's less noise, less people, less smell. It's kind of eerie. I guess that just happens when you downsize. I guess that's just what happens when you downsize overnight. The line for the showers is much shorter too, but I make for the sinks anyways. Force of habit, I guess.
Morning, buddy!
Morning, Dave. How are you holding up? You took one hell of a punch.
Just some heavy bruising. The doc was worried about internal bleeding, but I guess I got lucky.
Yikes, dude.
How about you? You were out way longer than I was.
I'm fine. Just exhausted, mostly. Still can't believe I got tranked like I was an escaped zoo animal or something. That's my Shining Nova story. Can you believe it? Oh yeah, the hero that took down Dr. Calamity's Ultra Death Bot? They shot me with an elephant tranquilizer. Yeah, it was fine. I just drooled a little.
I shake my head and sigh. That fight against Dr. Calamity I mentioned, it's like 8th on Hero Weekly's most epic showdowns of all time. Nova's big time, man. I drooled in front of a legit celebrity.
But nothing's bruised, and I don't have a concussion, so I guess I can't complain. Kind of a nice change of pace from being punched or blasted into unconsciousness again when I think about it.
Well, I'm just glad to hear you're okay. We lost a lot of the squad, so I need everyone who's left to be working at peak efficiency.
Thanks, I hate it.
How many did we end up leaving behind? Feels like at least half.
Sadly, about 60% of our valued teammates gave up their freedom for our cause.
And how do you know they were arrested? Some could have gotten away.
Oh no, everyone got rounded up. It was on the front page of the Cape and Cowl website.
Cape
Yikes.
and Cowl, huh? They actually covered us? That doesn't happen a lot.
Cape and Cowl is the premier superhero news blog, but usually they don't cover too many actual crimes. Costume changes, relationship rumors, and controversy make way more money than crime scene reports. That confirms that Lord Bedlam is actually up to something big this time. CNC, Shining Nova, this mysterious scorpion lady, I get the feeling none of them would bother if this were small potatoes.
Yep, it was quite the day. I bet Lord Bedlam is thrilled, and I'm sure the next phase of his master plan is right around the corner.
Even with all those losses, how?
Why, with some old-fashioned hard work and gumption, of course. If veteran workers like you double your task list, I'm sure we'll be able to stay right on schedule.
On schedule for what? We don't even know what the next step in his master plan is. You know, assuming he even has one.
Exactly!
How dare you
That's why we
question
have to be
Lord
prepared for
Bedlam, says
every
Dave.
possible plan he prepares. That's what I mean by peak efficiency, Stan. But don't you worry about that. You just leave all the planning to me. All you have to focus on is all the new work you have to do.
Ugh. Taking on more responsibility for a supervillain. That doesn't sound like a good time.
Thanks. Really appreciate your sacrifice.
Sure thing, buddy. That's what being a squad supervisor is all about.
If you say so. Anyway, I gotta try to scrub this ass kicking off me. I'll see you at assembly, man.
After getting myself cleaned up and finding that no, you cannot just scrub away an ass kicking, I head to the main hall. Given our losses, I expect a different sight than usual, but what I actually find is even more surprising. A huge contingent of unfamiliar faces stand in front of our stage. And the strangest part? They're wearing our uniforms. To add to the surprise, Lord Bedlam seems to have foregone his usual entrances and is already waiting on stage. Sitting next to him with a commanding posture is yet another new face, but this one I recognize. Hello, hot scorpion lady. Between the distance and the crowd, it's hard to get a good look at her, but there's no mistaking that black and red catsuit. It's Scorpion, the woman who fought Miss Dynamo. That certainly removes any theories about her appearance yesterday being a fluke. So Lord Bedlam is teaming up with another supervillain, huh? Hopefully he doesn't end in a fight like the last team-up. I have a feeling Lord Bedlam wouldn't stand much of a chance this time. And not just because she appears to be taller than him.
Compatriots. Well, most of my loyal compatriots. Some of them. An amount. You'll notice that we have a few new faces here. After the success of yesterday's operation, Madam Scorpion and her organization have agreed to help compensate for our sudden personnel shortage.
Madam? Oh, that's fancy. Still haven't heard of her, though, which is even stranger in light of her ability to recruit a small army overnight.
But I'll let her explain the details for herself. So let's all give a warm Lord Bedlam welcome to Madam Scorpion and all our new comrades for joining us in our unending Ferris wheel of triumph! Madam, take it away.
Thank you. Today, your organization is making an important step forward. Today, you join a select group of the most elite supervillain organizations at the cutting edge of our industry. Normally, a day like yesterday would have been devastating for a small team like yours. How could you hope to replace so much manpower so quickly? In the past, it would be impossible. But today, you can.
Explain.
Because today, the Scorpion Group is proud to welcome you to the closed beta of our newest project, Henchman, the world's first gig-based henchman contracting platform.
Holy shit. That's epic. I don't mean to keep comparing this to Venture Brothers, but that feels like something that would be in Venture Brothers, and maybe this is the closest thing that I would get to having a Venture Brothers video game. So I'm very, very excited to see how this goes.
Before you are the results, a contingent of micro-earners ready to participate in our shared villainous economy. They have the freedom to choose when to hench and who to hench for. And today, they've chosen to hench with you.
Hell yeah.
You see, with Henchman, an organization like yours can operate as a small, family-like unit for day-to-day operations, but temporarily bolster its ranks through our platform at any time.
This
You
is
can have
fucking
it all.
epic.
And let's be honest, that's why we're all in this business, isn't it? So thank you for the welcome. And in turn, I welcome you to the future. The future of your organization. The future of supervillainy. The future of the world itself. And you will be taking an active role in that future. Thanks to the data you retrieved yesterday, we at the Scorpion Group are nearly ready to take Henchman to the next level. And we'll be working with you to do so. So, in the coming weeks,
So you
I
might
will be
even say
staying
we're
on
getting
site
into
to
a little
help
bit
manage
more
your operations.
organized crime.
As part of that, you will receive new equipment, your facilities will be inspected, and your individual performances will be reviewed. I look forward to getting to know each and every one of you.
Oh great, performance reviews. So wait, we're gonna be using some fancy new henchman hiring app now? That doesn't sound like Lord Bedlam. Then again, how well do I really know him? Maybe buddying up to this big-time cutting-edge supervillain is what he always wanted? Well, whatever the case, it doesn't affect me. If I'm still getting paid, then I could care less about micro-earners or the future of the supervillain industry or whatever. I'll have to deal with rookies every time we have a big job, though. That'll be a pain. Probably more painful for them in the end.
Thank you, Madam Scorpion. Now, while all our recruits are fully henchman certified, this is their first day here. So that means that for today, you'll all be in charge of their orientation. They may only be with us for a few weeks or months, but while they're here, they are our brothers and sisters in
You
arms.
could just say
So that
siblings.
means
of
they need to
course.
know the ins and outs of working for Team Bedlam. Anyway, we should have the same number of new recruits as veterans. So once we're done, I'd like everyone who was here yesterday to pair off with someone wearing a name tag. Once you have your newbie, give them the tour, show them your weekly routine, and just teach them the ropes. Remember, the security cameras work again, so we'll know if you decide to sneak off to watch web flicks.
You're so funny, Lord Bedlam!
Anyway, dismissed.
As Lord Bedlam steps away from the podium, the two groups of henchmen start towards each other.
And remember, the nefarious tribunal that controls our society must be exterminated.
See, your spiel it's so uninspiring that it made me yawn.
Remain ever vigilant against its
Just
subliminal
kidding, it's
advertising
the time of the
and
day where I start
unfunny
yawning
meme
a ton
generation
anyways.
algorithms. Sorry, almost forgot. Carry on.
Yeah, I wondered about that for a second. Lord Bedlam steps back from the podium again. It looks like it's going to stick this time because Madame Scorpion is walking by his side and talking to him. So the henchmen again start to mingle. I take my time. I'm sociable enough, but I definitely need a moment to get myself together before meeting new people. Of course, not everyone has this problem. Dave probably already has like 5 new best friends already.
Hi there, I'm Dave. Nice to meet you, Jared. Gosh, you're just going to love being a part of the Lord Bedlam family. We're all like a bunch of second cousins here. Now, bring it in. I'm a hugger, not a shaker. Come on.
I live in fear of Dave every day.
Wait, where are you going?
So once the initial wave of extroverts has eliminated most of the awkwardness, I wade into the crowd. Anyone left by now probably has the same problem I do, though so that means I'll need to make first contact. Let's see who to choose. Maybe that tall guy? He seems normal enough. That brunette is way too excited though, bouncing around like that. Weird. Is she looking for something? Wait, why is she staring at me? No. Take that ball of energy somewhere else. Ah, damn it.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Kate.
And why does your name tag say Beatrice?
Oh shit, it does?
No, it definitely says Kate.
Oh, oh, you were making a joke about?
How I already know your name. Because it says on your name tag.
Right. I guess it's a little silly to tell you that, huh?
Nah, you're just being polite. I'm Stan, by the way. Guess that makes me kinda rude.
Actually, I just hate telling people my name. Your reaction is always something like,
Wow, a Stan. I'm not sure I've ever met one.
You mean ever met one under 60?
No. I mean,
Hey, I admit it. It's an old man name. The only benefit is that if you're ever cool enough, you get to be Stan the Man.
maybe so?
so are you cool enough?
Well,
God,
I'm wearing
no.
this goofy purple uniform, so no. Definitely not.
Okay, Stan, who isn't the man. Up for giving me the tour?
Sure thing. I hope you like stone walls and fluorescent lighting, because you're gonna be seeing them all day.
Alright, she's not so bad. Guess she was just a little jittery at first. Let's see, where to start? Game
Let's hit
room.
the game room. Might as well start with something fun, right?
Sounds good. Lead the way.
I like that their dartboard is just shining Nova's face. The game room's location isn't exactly intuitive. It's not near any of the other break rooms or gathering places, not even the living quarters. Instead, it's a nondescript hallway tucked between some storage rooms. In fact, we're fairly certain that's what Lord Bedlam intended to use it for, because when we discovered it, there were some steel shelves and empty crates inside. After a bit of cleanup, voila, we had ourselves a game room. It's not exactly one of those hipster gaming bars, though it does have a couple mostly functional arcade machines, but it works for us. As a bonus, there's an emergency exit hidden behind one of the arcade machines. There's a few of those scattered around the layer in case of power outage, but it's nice to have a secret one up our sleeves.
So this is the game room, huh?
Yep, our pride and joy. There's a couple of game consoles hooked up to that TV over in that corner, a snack machine over there, and the crown jewel in the middle, the big damn table.
Well, it is definitely big. But, what's with all the dice on it?
So we can play some D&D.
Oh, they're 10-sided. We use them for spells and swords every other Friday.
You guys play SMS? gotta say, I never would have guessed that.
I know, I'm even nerdier than I look. But it gets even better. I don't just play, I run the whole campaign. Admit it, you're impressed.
Oh yeah, I'm dazzled. Starstruck even. So, is this why you brought me here first? To wow me with how nerdy your hobbies are?
Maybe?
More like, set your expectations. I can't have you thinking I'm too cool, or I'll have to try to act cool all the time. That's way too much work. I'd have to talk like I'm cool, walk like I'm cool, feign interest in things that are cool, feign disinterest in things that are cool. That's exhausting. No, it's much better to set the bar real low. See, if you think I'm kind of a dork, then when I do act cool, it'll be a big deal. A celebration, even. There'll be drinks, confetti, a parade, the works.
If you ever do something even marginally cool in the first place. Big assumption there.
What can I say? I'm a dreamer.
A dreamer who likes to set low expectations. Seems counterintuitive.
Probably is.
I didn't say they were great dreams, Kate.
Clearly. So, besides SNS, what do you do here?
Escape, mostly. Not everyone knows how to find this place, and it's kind of out of the way, so it's usually pretty quiet. And if you need to blow off some steam after an operation, there's always the revenge wall.
I'm guessing that's the revenge wall. I gesture towards a part of the far wall where a poster is hanging riddled with darts. Looks like someone replaced the Miss Dynamo poster with Shining Novas, and it's already gotten a lot of use.
Oh, that's charming, in a way. You guys really don't like Shining Nova, huh?
Someone doesn't anyway. That definitely went up a little faster than normal, but then Nova did tear through us like paper mache.
Well, that's the closest most of these guys will ever get to laying a finger on Shining Nova. So they need to get their shots in where they can, I guess.
Most of them, maybe. But I'll have you know that I actually managed to put up a bit of a fight before getting clobbered.
Wow, so you weren't instantly knocked out? That's impressive. Between that and running SNS, you must be a celebrity around here.
One would think.
Oh yeah, big time. Don't worry, I'll give you an autograph before your gig is done. You're welcome in advance.
I'm good, thanks. So, are any of those darts yours, by the way?
Me? Nah, I've never used the revenge wall myself. I don't take the whole villain-hero thing too personally. They're doing their job, same as me. Can't get all bent out of shape about it.
Really? Huh. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Honestly, I don't think it's a healthy way to deal with it.
Probably not. You're probably
Yeah, I'm
correct.
not really that big on catharsis myself. I know some people need it, but it's just not my thing.
Catharsis? Wow. Can't say I expected to hear that word from someone wearing one of these uniforms.
Yeah, well, I took a poetry elective back in college, so I have a few fancy words up my sleeve. Just a few, though. Hey, if you decide to show up to one of our SNS sessions, you may even get to hear the rest of them. I do have to describe a lot of stuff. Our next one's tomorrow night, if you're interested.
Well, I do like the occasional fancy word. Alright. Well, maybe. I'll think about it. So, what was that about college earlier? Did you graduate?
Yep, Richardson State. Go fighting whatever we were called.
I take it you weren't the captain of the football team.
Are you doubting my athleticism? I'll have you know that I have the agility of at least, like, 2 whole panthers.
No doubt here. You just seem more like a gymnastics captain.
Actually, soccer was my sport in high school. I was a pretty serviceable midfielder, believe it or not. Didn't score a lot of goals, but I could facilitate well enough.
Why didn't you play in college?
You know, it's just so much running.
Alright, smart guy. What were you doing in college then?
Majoring in history. So basically, I joined a very expensive nonfiction book club.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with books. I actually really like reading, though I'm usually into fiction and literature myself. For a while, I was buying so many that I feel like I had to get a new bookcase every few months.
Oh, mood?
Wow, you have a place with your own furniture? I guess I figured this henchcan thing would mean you were drifting from lair to lair.
Oh, no, I meant my old place. Back in college, I majored in mechanical engineering, but I read a lot. I even tried to write a little
Ooh,
on my
an
own.
engineer.
Really? You wrote stories? Did you finish any?
Well, yes, but... Shit, I didn't mean to tell you that.
Uh-oh,
Nerd.
someone's a little embarrassed about their Professor Anomaly fan fiction.
First of
Hey,
all,
fan
there's nothing
fiction
wrong with
is
fanfic.
valid.
Can we talk about something else?
As long as you're not being a creeper in writing your fanfiction, like, I don't know, writing fanfiction about real people or some shit like that, you're probably good. Oh man, she's genuinely embarrassed by this. Look at those rosy cheeks. I should probably stop teasing her, but I've got such an arsenal to unleash on this fanfiction angle. I think it's cool.
Hey, relax. I'm just teasing. I actually think it's cool. What kind of story were you working on?
Just a sci-fi thing, nothing crazy. I called it The Lost Princess of Europa. I started it as a political thriller, then it turned into a space opera, then a romance, then basically just crashed into the sun. It was not meant to be. Oh god, why did I tell you that? Just forget I brought it up, okay?
Hey, don't worry about it. It's gutsy that you'd try something out of your wheelhouse like that. I mean, I could never try the whole science thing. Or math. If I see too many numbers, they just start to blend together into one big confusion smoothie.
This is true. Maybe you... maybe you have... I forget how you pronounce it. It's very similar. It's, well, it's not... It's not dissimilar to, dyslexia, but, it's with numbers. I always have I have a hard time pronouncing it. I think it's like dyscalculia or something. Anyways, I've been looking into that myself. Maybe that's Stan's problem too.
Come on, you can't be that bad.
Totally can. I drew a mean graph, though. The wrong graph, but you know, it looked real nice.
If it's any consolation, my stories really weren't much better. When I was writing them, I thought they were just so good, but when I go back to read them...
And this is why I don't go back and read a lot of my old fanfiction.
Yeah, let's just say I'm definitely a science girl. I still love to read. I just won't be writing the next Professor Anomaly.
Well, you're in good company, because I can't write for shit either. Well, good being relative, I guess.
No kidding. You can't write, you suck at math. What can you do?
How exactly did you end up being a DM if you can't write and you suck at math, bro? I mean, I suck at math, but I can come up with cool and interesting characters, so I feel like that makes up for that. Even if it might take me a little longer to count up my dice than some people.
Get punched in the face, mostly. I'm a bona fide stud in the field of meat shieldery.
Can't dish it out at all, huh?
I can try. Yeah, pretty hard to put a dent in someone that can bench press a car, but I've slowed them down. Temporarily.
Alright, I should probably get on with the tour now, though. Kind of lost track of time. The cafeteria laughs.
Well, we've lingered long enough. Come on, I'll show you the research wing.
Right behind you.
There's not much to see on the way to the research wing, aside from the other pairs of seasoned henchmen and new recruits passing each other in the halls. Hey, you don't build a secret mountain layer because it's pretty to look at. Well, maybe you do if your supervillain shtick is evil interior design or something. Then your secret layer can look fabulous.
Well, here we are. The research wing. The pride and joy of Lord Bedlam's fortress.
Really? No offense, but your pride and joy looks exactly like every other hallway in this place.
Maybe so.
Yeah, but this hall has so many fond memories, you know?
So you'd say it has history. Is that why you're the one guarding it?
Exactly. 4 years of reading about dead civilizations, all so that I could better connect with an otherwise extremely bland, empty hallway. It's what I was born for.
I'm sure your professors would be proud.
I wouldn't get so high and mighty, Miss Engineer. After all, your degree might get you stuck in this hallway every day of the week.
Maybe so, but at least I'd be in the rooms doing actual research. So, you know, you should probably show me those, right?
The rooms? Oh, no. I can't do that.
Is this because I made fun of the hallway?
No, seriously, I actually can't do that.
Oh, come on. I promise I won't tell on you. Just a little bitty peek.
You don't understand. I literally can't go through any of these doors. I just guard them.
Oh. Wait, seriously? You guard doors that you can't enter.
Yeah, that's standard henchman procedure. We don't get to know the big plans or anything. Cogs in the machine and all that. It's actually a security thing, too. You know, in case some guy in a cape dangles us over the edge of a building and gets us to talk. Or if they disguise themselves as a henchman and trick us into opening the door.
Yeah.
No way.
How do I
People
know
actually
you're
try
not
that?
a secret evil henchman? Or rather, a secret good henchman.
People don't just try it, it worked. It was like one of the go-to moves in the 80s. That's why the rules got made. Do the other villains on the Henchcan app not follow the secret lair patrol regulations?
Well, I actually didn't do much patrol, so...
Oh, right. Engineer. Wouldn't want to waste that on grunt work all the time. But did you really never get guard duty on any of these gigs? That's pretty lucky.
Yeah, guess. So, is that your job here? You guard this hallway?
Nah, just Tuesdays, thankfully. As much as I love my door, I don't think I could watch it 24/7. Come on, I'll introduce you.
We continued down the hallway for a short while, making a left turn then a right. I could probably make both those turns blindfolded at this point. Routine will do that to you. Eventually, we arrive at door 1385. I gesture towards it with a more dramatic flair than a numbered slab of metal deserves.
Kate, meet door 1385. Inanimate object extraordinaire and my ward every Tuesday from 9 to 5.
Nice to meet it. And you have no idea what's in this room.
Nope.
And you won't either.
Jinx.
This bad boy requires level 4 security clearance to get through. One of only a dozen in the whole base. It's very important. You should be impressed.
I'd be more impressed if I knew what was behind it.
No idea, but it's a big deal. So probably Lord Bedlam's snow globe collection. Or a super weapon. It's a toss-up.
I see. So, I'm curious. How did you end up here?
I was listening to Chill Beats to Wallow in Student Loan Debt 2 on YouTube, and one of his recruitment ads popped up. So I applied. Simple as that.
Seriously, Wait, are you for real? You put an ad online? On freaking WhoTube?
Yep.
It was a lot less annoying than the ads I'd usually get, if
I
you
got
can believe it.
jinxing with this
At least
dude.
it wasn't an influencer filming themselves in vertical video mode.
That is... wow. I always wondered how the C-list guys recruited so many bodies, but I'd never have thought they'd be so... direct.
You'd think that would be, like, illegal or something.
Ouch, C-list? Okay, big shot, how did you get recruited?
Definitely not like that. But seriously, I meant, why did you end up here?
I don't know, I just kinda did. Does it matter why?
I'm just trying to figure you out. You're just doing this to make a living, but there are lots of ways to do that. Why this, specifically?
Hey, I never said that.
Well, you implied it. I mean, you're clearly not the conductor of the Lord Bedlam hype train.
I'm no Dave, but we can conduct so much hype about Lord Bedlam. God damn it.
Fair enough, I guess. You're not gonna rat me out as a non-believer, are you?
Consider it your one favor for not teasing me about my fanfiction. I just want to know, that's all. Why become a henchman?
Instead of, what? Finding a cubicle to waste away in? No thanks.
Oh, wow. Really? You just want to stick it to the man?
Not really stick it to him, so much as throw him a curveball. Do something unexpected for once. I just kind of woke up one day and realized that my life had been this big checklist, you know? I was just meeting the requirements. You ever felt like that?
You mean like you've been living for someone else? Yeah, I think everyone has. Some things you just do because you're supposed to.
Exactly. I mean, I didn't even want to go to college. I just thought I had to. So being a henchman may just be a job, sometimes a crappy job, but at least it's off the beaten path. Road less traveled and all that shit.
So, let me get this straight. You became a henchman to stop fulfilling society's expectations and fulfill Lord Bedlam's instead?
Maybe so.
No, I mean, look, that's different. I'm doing my job, but it's like you said, I'm not buying into the whole Lord Bedlam cult here.
I guess I'm just curious how you've managed that, because I don't want to.
Become a Bedlam bot? Well, you're only here temporarily, so you should be fine.
Yeah, right, but how do you do it? You just, take off the uniform and forget all about robberies and hostages? That's it?
Pretty much. The job is the job, and I do it the best I can, even if I don't always agree with it. It just doesn't stop me from also thinking that Bedlam copter is a stupid name for a vehicle.
They're not really called that. They can't be.
Oh, you poor innocent child. You haven't even seen the Bedlam bus.
Okay, now you're just teasing me. Oh, you're really not. Wow.
Wait, how long have we been standing here? Jeez, this girl really has a way of getting me chatting. I don't think I've ever talked about why I became a henchman with. Who have I talked about it with? Regardless, we've definitely stared at this door for way longer than anyone ever needed to. Better get on with the tour.
Well, I think you and the door are well acquainted enough. Let's wrap up our grand tour, shall we? All that's left to show is the cafeteria, which is great because I'm starving.
All right. I expect a thrilling conclusion.
I promise that you won't be disappointed, but I'm an honest man. Come on, it's this way.
I take my time guiding Kate to the cafeteria, giving her a chance to figure out a little bit of the layout. The base is pretty labyrinthine. It always takes new recruits a few weeks to figure it out. Oh my god, I could not read that paragraph. But taking our time, we also managed to arrive after the big lunch rush. There are still some people hanging around, but the line is actually pretty short.
Here it is, Kate. Feast your eyes on our charmingly greasy cafeteria. Don't feast too much, though, or you might not be able to keep your lunch down.
That's good advice. Thanks.
Maybe don't look at the food too hard either. Or the chef. You know, maybe just don't look at anything.
Got it. Guess now I know why you didn't mention the free food as a reason for becoming a henchman.
Yeah, sometimes things are free for a reason, you know?
Fortunately, I managed to put my smart mouth on pause before we reached the front of the line, because both of Chef Antonio's chins await me there.
Well, look who it is.
Yep. Surprise.
That's right, mister. I'm not surprised by your surprise.
No, like I said, I was really surprised. Just...
No, don't worry. You'll definitely be surprised this time.
Surprised by getting spit in your food. Tony was right, I am completely surprised. Somehow there's no bologna on the menu today. Instead, the options are sloppy joe sandwiches or some kind of white fish. I'm usually afraid to ask what our sloppy joes are made of, but I know it can't be bologna. For today, there's more than enough.
Surprise! It's bologna casserole.
Sure enough, the sloppy bologna-filled horror staring back at me from my plate. This guy was keeping this leftover bologna bullshit hidden from view just in case I showed up. Part of me admires his dedication to this twisted revenge. The other part of me wants to throw this crap right into his smug face.
Yeah, surprised, right? I can tell.
I am feeling several emotions. One is definitely surprise.
And then what else, eh? Gratitude, maybe?
That and just, you know, joy. Boundless, unparalleled joy. Because after eating your bologna casserole, I just thought, gosh, I could eat this for the rest of my life.
Funny you should say that. Have a swell day. Hope it's full of surprises.
One day I will learn how to turn off the sass. Sadly, it seems like that day will be preceded by far too many other days of eating bologna. Kate at least managed to avoid being associated with me, judging by the helping of fish that I spot as we take a seat.
What exactly is that?
Exactly? No idea. Officially, it's called bologna casserole, or bologna hot dish, depending on what tray it's in.
Baloney. Seriously?
No, this is very serious, Kate. The chef and I appear to be in some sort of blood feud. Even if I survive, my taste buds won't.
You have my sympathies. You can also have some of my food, if you want.
I appreciate it, but I don't want to bring this curse down on anyone else. Chef Antonio has a good memory when it comes to faces.
Even masked faces, apparently.
I see. Guess I'll have to remember to not get in line with you after this, huh?
Probably for the best.
So anyway, I was...
Nope. You've had all day to ask questions. It's my turn now.
What? Since when did this tour come with a rulebook?
Since I made it up, basically.
Kate takes a moment to think it over. At first I think she's messing with me, but I soon realize that she's serious. Jeez, it's not like I'm asking for nuclear launch codes here.
All right. One question, but I have the right to pass on anything that I don't want to answer. Got it?
Hey, that's fair. You have the right to be lame if you want to. I'll judge you for it, but you can totally do it.
Judge all you want, but you just get the one. Better make it count.
So, do you have any hobbies? You know, stuff that you just do for fun. I know you don't write anymore, so that's one thing you don't do, at least.
Are we not counting reading?
No, I guess that counts. But I already know that. Hit me with something new.
I didn't realize this question came with fine print.
I'd hardly call it fine print. I mean, that's the point of a question, Kate, to learn something new. Seriously, though, you have to do some fun things.
I do. You just disqualify them.
And rightly so. Come on, just give me something else. Anything else.
Well, I like working out, and I practice martial arts a little, though I'm not very good at it.
Oh my god, what are you, some kind of monk?
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Because everything you do is, like, productive. No normal person is that productive.
I'm normal? I'm totally normal. I'm just Kate. Normal, ordinary Kate.
She secretly has superpowers, doesn't she?
Besides, don't you do combat training here?
Nope, not that it would be any fun if we did.
What? No way. That's impossible.
You are really not familiar with Lord Bedlam if you think that's impossible. Our ace pilot is the guy with the best score in Star Falcon.
Oof.
I suppose it fits with Lord Bedlam, but I just figured you had some kind of, I don't know. You're sure? Nothing?
Totally sure. I think we watched an instructional video once, but that's about it.
Well, if you're ever so bored that you don't mind being productive, maybe I'll give you a few pointers.
I'll consider it. Still sounds like a lot of work, though.
You know, maybe it's not that I'm a monk. Maybe it's that you're lazy.
Maybe it's a combination of the two. You don't know.
That is entirely possible. But I'm going to refuse to acknowledge it until I absolutely have to.
By chance, I glanced at the clock. We still got some time before we have to meet back in the main hall, but we should probably swing by a few of the less important locations before then. At the very least, she needs to know where the lounge is if we have another birthday and my rookie misses out on the mini cupcakes. I'd never forgive myself.
All right, because I am just so benevolent, I am going to count that as an answer.
I'm in awe of your mercy.
I get that a lot. Now come along, my henchman squire. We've still got a few places to see.
Easy with the squire thing, Sir Stanley.
Yeah, think I should reel it back?
Reel it way back.
All right, consider it real.
What remains of the tour goes by quickly. We don't stop at any one place for too long, but we don't really have to. Lord Bedlam's fortress is big, but seriously lacking in variety. A lot of the size is actually superficial too. There are tons of rooms with no real purpose. If you know where you're going, you can cover the important areas pretty quickly.
And so our whirlwind tour comes to an end. What do you think? Impressive?
I'm more impressed that you didn't get lost. This place is like a maze.
Not like a maze. It is a maze. Literally. If a superhero ever gave enough of a shit to come after us, they'd spend so long figuring out where to go that we could just leave them in the dust.
That's actually pretty smart. Nice move, Lord Bedlam.
It's his only nice move, I think.
Kind of. He technically didn't design the place. We got it in a liquidation sale a few years back. I think it was built by some Cold War-era Soviet group. Not a big market for that these days. You think Madame Scorpion has an app for supervillain liquidation sales, too?
Probably. I bet that's booming business. If a big name gets locked up, they must leave a lot of assets behind. I know that the lawyers are all over that. They love both sides of this hero-villain thing.
Think so? Or is this from personal experience?
Experience, I guess. I got in some trouble a while back. That's why I got scouted for Henchman. It targets people with legal issues or debt, or at least that's what I think. Can't really say for sure how it works. I'm just a recruit after all.
By now, most of the others have started to file into the main hall. The rookies and veterans are splitting back up into their separate groups. Kate seems to have noticed as well.
So, I guess I'll see you around?
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be nice. Kate was surprisingly good company. It was good to play a few rounds of verbal ping pong where the other player doesn't just stare slack-jawed at the ball as it bounces past them. Bless Dave's little heart. I know he tries, but some wit does a man good every now and then. In fact...
Hey, do you know your lunch period yet?
I think so. Let me check.
She pulls a pamphlet out of one of her belt pouches. It's perfectly folded, of course.
Second shift.
Crazy. That's mine too. Want to eat together? I promise I won't get you involved in my holy war with the chef.
Good. You seem like a decent guy, Stan, but I don't think I'm ready to starve for you.
Can't blame you for that. And hey, maybe by the time lunch is over, you'll know if you can stand my company long enough to join that S&S session. And if you want. Invitation's still open, is all I'm saying.
Still thinking about it, but sure. I'll let you know by then. Sound good?
Sure. Sounds good.
Great. So, guess I'll see you then.
Kate offers a wave and smiles before turning to leave. I follow suit, though my own smile can't really match up against hers. When I rejoin my peers, I glance back at the crowd of newcomers, but Kate has already disappeared from sight. That girl, there's something about her. It's not just that she's cute or that we got on so well, it's not even that she's a total newbie. There's just something to her I can't quite place. It's bugging the hell out of me. Whatever it is, I'm not going to figure it out right now. Lord Bedlam's going to show up any minute, and...
Welcome back, my loyal compatriots, and compatriots who aren't yet as loyal, but will be soon. I trust your glorious orientation went smoothly, and that our new recruits can now aid us in our even more glorious quest for still greater amounts of glory. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact Samantha in HR. A new workplace can take time to get used to. We're very understanding right here. But when you do get used to it, I know that you all shall become invincible soldiers in our infinitely wonderful marathon of splendor.
Yep, like death and taxes, Lord Bedlam's daily ranting is certainty. It's almost comforting. Almost. Alright, I think we are going to leave things here for now. If you enjoyed the game, if you're enjoying the game, if you're enjoying the series, if you want to see what happens next, what have you, it would be really cool if you could hit those like and subscribe buttons. Maybe leave a comment if you're feeling generous. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.